Hello everyone, welcome to the Kingston Library's book review. It is 3:30. I have managed to get the video up and running, which is always a good start. I hope that you've got a few people listening in. So let me know in the comments if you are around. If you do miss any of this, you can always go back and listen to it. It will be on the Kingston Library's Facebook page, so you can check it out afterwards. Today I'm going to be doing a slightly different book review for you. So you've had some really good recommendations from my colleagues of some books that you can sit down and read. Today I'm going to be talking about a book that you can listen to. So as well as the books on the digital catalogue, we've got the e-books, we also have the e-audiobooks. I am a newcomer to e-audio. I didn't really like listening to e-audio that much for quite a long time, but I have realised that particularly at the moment, e-audiobooks are a great way to have some reassuring background noise of something that is very familiar to you. I really love fantasy books, and I used to adore fantasy books that were young adult and older children books when I was younger. And one of these is called The Windsinger. So this book was one of my favourites. It is number one in a trilogy called The Wind on Fire. And it is about two children, two twins called Bowman and Kestrel. They live in a city called Aramanth, and this city is based around exams. Everything in life is to do with exams. The parents get exams, the children get exams from the moment they are born. And if you fail at these exams, you do worse at life. If you do good at the exams, you are better. You get the better things in life. Kestrel and Bowman do not like this life, and they have an idea to try and make things a bit better. They realise that this is not working, and they have heard rumours of these people called the Singer people, who set up an old wind singer in Aramanth. And this wind singer hasn't sung for many years. There is the centre square where you have the remnants of the wind singer, and it's just silent. But there are rumours that the Singer people set up this for a particular reason, and that when things were bad, the wind singer would sing again. So one day, Kestrel and Bowman, they are given a map that would take them to the wind singer's voice. And this is something that is a very good trope in books, fantasy books in general, and kids' books. So you get the map, and then these kids are off on their quest to try and find the wind singer. That is the main premise of the book. And I'm particularly talking about this one today as a children's book, as a young adult's book, as a way of giving myself a little bit of reassurance at a time that I want something that is very close to my heart. The BorroBox app has an audio version of this book, and whilst I don't love all audio versions, some of them do give you a really good way of being in the story. And this audio version, it is actually read by someone called Samuel West. So he's an English actor, and he was in some of the regular TV shows that you usually get. And he does a really good version of this story where he is taking on the characters in a way that you can recognize the different characters, but it's not over the top, it's not cheesy. He is doing a really good job of doing different voices and slightly different accents, but also giving you an idea of the story as a whole. I think that this one is a really good story to listen to as a family, but it is also a good story to listen to if you are a teenager or an adult as well, because to be honest with you, it has that really nice thing of having a very clear enemy and a very clear purpose to the story. And you start off with the wind singer, But then the second two books in the series, they follow Kestrel and Bowman when they're a little bit older. They're 15 and they're 16. And so you're starting to get into more of the adult themes in the book and that kind of thing. I really think that if you are going to be taking these books as a whole series, they weigh up against things like the Northern Lights. They are of a similar level to the Lemony Snicket books, although it's a very different tone. And the author of the books, William Nicholson, he is actually a screenwriter as well as a novelist for children. So there's some films that you might have seen which he has actually written the script for. Gladiator is probably the biggest one, yet another thing that I was obsessed with when I was younger. And he also wrote the script for First Night. So you might remember that's the Arthurian Legends one with Richard Gere as Lancelot. Yet another thing that I was obsessed with when I was younger. So William Nicholson has a really good idea of writing action scenes. He has a really good idea of writing these plot-driven stories. And it's this kind of thing that comes through. Like I say, this is on the BorroBox e-audio. And it lasts about 7 hours, the reading in total. So you get either a good day's worth of just settling in and listening to this, or you can dip in and out of it over the week, and it will keep you entertained and keep you going for a little bit throughout that week. And at the moment, it is available on BorroBox. So if you listen to this and you find that exciting idea, then you can go ahead and borrow that right now. We have the information about borrowing things on BorroBox on the Kingston Library's Facebook page. It is also on the website, but do of course give us an email or drop us a message if you're having difficulties, and we'll be able to give you a hand there. But if you have a library card or you have your unregistered library card, you'll be able to borrow the e-audio there as well. If somebody beats you to it and it's already been borrowed, you can put a reservation on it, the same as you would with a regular book. And you can also have a listen to the first chapter. And the first chapter gives you a bit more of an idea of the singer people and what this wind singer actually is. This story is something that is very close to my heart. And I think at the moment, the idea of having music in our lives as something which really changes our lives for the better is another thing that we can really do with. So if you want to have a look at that, head to BorroBox through the Kingston Libraries My Libraries app or via the Kingston Libraries website. If you have any questions about it, do give us a bell or comment in the notes. And until tomorrow, you'll get a review from another one of my colleagues. That is my suggestion for the moment, The Wind Singer by William Nicholson, read by Samuel West.